So I'll just do a quick check for Granny's gold.
How do you make money for nothing?
This is beautiful. Why are you getting rid of it?
The answer could be hiding in over 20 million tonnes of household waste thrown out by us every year.
It's a bit criminal to throw away stuff like this, isn't it?
That's why reclamation expert Jay Blades wants to get his hands on things before they hit the skip.
I've been a builder, I've been a philosophy student, and now I'm a furniture restorer. So I know more than most about transformations. I revamp the old and turn it into the new and sell it on for a profit.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers...
So what do you think?
he can transform his finds into desirable...
Boom, smashed it.
Valuable...
It's got real potential.
And hopefully saleable items.
I've got to take my hat off to you, sir.
If Jay is successful, then he can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
£80.
What?
Yes.
Today, Jay is at the Merchants Way Recycling Centre in Walsall. Ever the eagle-eyed entrepreneur, he's on the lookout for a boot full of potential loot.
There's plenty of plunder coming through these gates, and I'm itching to get searching.
Itching? I'll get some cream for that. Jay's been given special permission to roam the rubbish tip to rescue 3 pieces of tip-bound treasure that he can transform from trash to cash. You'll be surprised what you can find down at the dump. It'll knock you for 6.
Some people think I'm batty, but I just love it down there. Watch that. 6!
Oh, watch it. You almost had my head off there. Will the junk in Jazz's trunk catch Jay's eye?
Oh, what? Okay. Hi, I'm Jay. How are
Nice
you?
to meet you, Jay. You okay? Fine, thank you.
Okay, let's go. Obviously, you're throwing these away.
Yeah,
Why?
we've got a new dining table and they've been in the family for years and they've got, they're kept in a shed, they've got mould all over them.
These are really, really cool. Is it all right to get all of them out?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, yeah.
It takes more than mould to put Jay off. The retro look of the 6 dining chairs has piqued his interest. Their design is similar in style to 60s classic The Egg Chair, although the curves are slightly more subtle.
Do you know anything at all about these chairs? Because these are
I know
really,
that
really...
an auntie bought them years and years ago and no idea where.
So how long did she have them before?
Oh, it's got to be 25, 30 years at least.
25, 30 years? Because these look to me like these were born probably in the 1960s. They've got that kind of shape to them and the feel.
Probably.
If you don't mind, I'm going to take these, and if I get a chance to transform them, then I'll come back and show you what we've done to them.
That's
Is that
fine.
cool?
That's great.
Brilliant. Nice
Thank you
one.
very much.
What does Jazz think Jay will do with the chairs?
I think I'd probably reupholster them maybe, give them a good clean down, get some new bolts, get the rust off and stuff like that, shine up the legs and stuff, and I think, you know, this should be good.
That's probably just about right.
Wow, what a find. Now this has really got my juices flowing. So we've got to be able to transform them into something really beautiful, and I'm just the person to take them to.
Let's meet the maker Jay has in mind for this challenge. Say hello to Anthony Devine. He has 2 decades of design experience and passes on his knowledge to the younger generation at his school of upholstery. His work is loud, proud, fresh, and at times furry.
If I was to say I had a style, it probably would be erratic. There's loads of ideas washing around in my head, and whichever pops out first is the one normally that gets done. The creative process for me is quite like it's not a sit down, draw, plan out the idea. It's quite a snap decision of, yes, right, let's do this. Then probably change your mind halfway through it.
Anthony may be creatively erratic, but when he claps his eyes on these chairs, will he be ecstatic? Jay has 2 more items to find and he better be quick. Potential tip treasure is hitting the skip with a crash and a bang. And, oh no, not a cute little fluffy bunny rabbit. Where is Jay when you need him?
There you go, mate. You want a hand, yeah?
Isn't that nice? He just can't help being helpful. And I'm sure Brenda would appreciate a little assistance too.
Oh, that seems to be quite heavy.
Well, it is very heavy.
Oh.
It is, yes.
How you doing? I'm
Hello.
Jay. You all right?
Hello, I'm Brenda.
Hello, Brenda.
Hello.
All right, let's put this back from... Oh, poor blimey, that is
Okay,
heavy.
it is very heavy.
So, why are you clearing out?
I moved into a flat.
Right.
And there are 2 very, very old grates with electric fires in them.
So this belongs to the fireplace, is that?
So that's part of the fireplace.
OK.
And that's just a little bit too old-fashioned for me.
This hefty old hearth is made of marble composite, which is fragments of marble bonded with resin. Dye is added to give it a uniform colour.
This is quite nice, actually. It's too nice to throw
It's
away.
a shame that I couldn't
special
find
tools.
anybody to...
Because you need special tools to cut it as well. It's not like you can't just get your saw out, can you?
No.
If it's all right with you, I'd like to take this.
Yes.
And if we are able to transform it into something,
Yes.
I'll stay in contact with you and let you know what we've done.
That would be marvellous.
Would that be all right?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Oh, bless
yes.
you.
Does Brenda have any idea how Jay will transform the hearth?
I've no idea what Jay could do with it. I mean, I just thought it'll just get smashed up in the tip and that'll be the end of it. And if it finds a new home, then I'm really pleased.
Wow, this is a great find. A marble composite hearth. I know we can turn this into something really useful.
Transforming this slab of stone will be no easy task. Just as well, you know who to take it to. This is Josh, and this is his best mate, Ollie. Together, they have forged a name for themselves as designer makers with an eye for quirky cool.
I think since we first started, we're really interested in found objects.
We used to go out in the woods. We used to just find old wheels and old bits of cart and just rusty bits of metal and stuff. And we were kind of like, oh yeah, something's got to be made out of this. You don't have to do a lot to material like that in order for it to really stand out and be something impressive.
But will our boys' enthusiasm be squashed by this heavyweight hearth? Jay's got goodies for Anthony and Josh and Ollie.
Ooh, sorry, mate.
Now he has to find an item that he can work on. Perhaps Nick's trunk full of trash will come up trumps.
Oh, wow. Hello, how we doing?
Hiya.
Hi, I'm Jay. You all right?
Hi, Jay. All right.
I love these. What are these?
They're from an old wardrobe which took out a long time ago.
Wow.
And the from underneath, it would have been like that.
All right, I'm with you.
Yep.
I'm with you.
And coat hangers.
Wow. So what did it... So these used to have coats hooked onto them, is that right?
I would think so, yes.
I really like them. They look like something you'll find at the fun fair. To me, like, spins around.
Right.
So the history of this, you're saying this is...
This from a built-in wardrobe.
Built-in wardrobe in a house?
From an old house I bought in the 80s.
All right.
And I refurbished it a while ago.
Yeah.
And I've kept this for a long time.
Yeah.
And I've suddenly decided, well, I don't think I'm going to do anything with it.
So you kept this to do
Yes.
something with them?
That's it, yes.
Right.
But I don't think I am, and today I decided, well, I've had it a long time.
Yeah. If I was going to do something with it, I would have done it by now.
That's right.
Right.
No need to worry now, Nick. Jay's happy to take them off your hands.
I'm really pleased that you might do something with it.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Saves me a job.
Right, no problem. You take care now, yeah?
Okay, yep.
See you later.
Bye.
What does Nick think Jay will do with the hooks?
I'm hoping you might make a more modern wardrobe with it. Probably a freestanding wardrobe and use it with that.
You're not asking for much, are you, Nick?
These are really cute. I really like these. I haven't seen anything like this before. Sometimes you salvage something and you think, oh yeah, I could do anything with it. But then you're like, really? What can I do? So, my brain is thinking, but I have no ideas.
Well, whatever Jay comes up with, it better be a money spinner. Jay has successfully salvaged his 3 items. Anthony will take on the challenge of the 6 swivel chairs. Josh and Ollie will work their makeover magic on the hearth, while Jay will try to make something saleable from the rusty old hooks.
I love the items that I found today. There is transformations to be done, and obviously, there's money to be made.
The city skyline of Manchester, a clash of neoclassical, baroque, brutalist and modern architecture. This stylistic collision is reflected in the work of Anthony, a designer and upholsterer at the forefront of contemporary furniture trends. I wonder what he'll make of Jay's latest skip swag.
I don't know too much about what he's bringing, but I believe there's 6 of them, and they're kind of like a swivel chair. And I'm thinking, oh my God, 6 swivel chairs, that could be quite a lot of work.
Anthony, you all right?
Good, mate, how are you? You all right?
Very good, very good.
Nice.
Yes.
Good work. I like them.
That's a good start.
I tell you what, you've done well here.
They are nice. They look beautiful, but they just need a little bit of boom, a little bit of a lift.
What you seeing? What you seeing?
I'm seeing some gorgeous stuff here. Personally, I would keep them as plain as possible.
Those are not the eyes of a man thinking as plain as possible, Jay.
I reckon,
Right.
for me,
Yeah.
I'm thinking the 10 Commandments on a really graphical kind of thing would look great on here.
Right.
You could go music through the generations. My mind is just completely racing away with what we can do. Icons, we could look at fashion, we could look at religion, dictators, 7 dwarfs.
Oh, you've gone too far now, Anthony. Literally, there's only 6 chairs. Anthony's always come up trumps before, so Jay's gonna gamble that he will do again and is giving him free rein.
And whatever you come up with, the shape is there, the style, whatever you do to them, it's going to be a winner. The only thing we have to nail down, though, is the price.
Is the price. They
Yes,
always,
please.
yeah, they're always the same. I'll give you the individual price and I'll let you do the math to work out how much it is, because it sounds a lot less then.
Okay.
I reckon my labour plus fabric, if we went around the kind of 220 mark.
Per chair, 220 per chair.
Yeah.
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 I just had to clarify that.
Let's clarify.
Yeah.
220 a chair.
A chair. I'm happy with that. 220 per chair.
Nice
Thank
work.
you, sir.
The deal is done for these retro dump diamonds.
Absolutely loving what Jay has dropped off, and I cannot wait to get started, but it's with what do we get started with? There's just so many options. Yes, it's going to be great.
£1,320 is a huge outlay. Anthony's redesign needs to be super stylish to ensure Jay can make a sale. The autumnal beauty of West Sussex. The skies are grey, the air is chill and the leaves are a golden brown. But I'm sure the evergreen enthusiasm of Josh and Ollie will warm us all up. It'll certainly be tested by the composite marble hearth, a material the boys have never worked with before. But Jay knows what they lack in experience, they make up for in imagination.
He's got a real good eye for stuff, so I'm sure he's going to bring something pretty interesting.
How we doing, guys? Hello. Yeah, very good.
Good.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good.
Right, there it is.
What's this then?
It's an old fireplace hearth. So, what do you guys think? Can we do something?
Come on, lads, where's that evergreen enthusiasm I mentioned?
Well, what are you thinking then?
So, what I'm thinking is making a console table out of this, and somehow to have your craftsmanship of the timber coming through on the top of that. That
Yeah,
for
I
me.
think that would look nice, especially if we use a dark timber. Yeah.
See, now you're talking.
Nice bit
Now
of
you're talking.
contrast, yeah.
Ah, we're warming up now. Yep, keep it coming, keep it coming.
If we manage to drill some holes through this,
Cool.
turn some like contrasting wooden legs and actually bring those out to the top, make a feature of that joint.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Okay, this is more like it. What else have you got?
There needs to be something really impressive underneath.
Yes, please. That's what I like.
So maybe like,
I like your thinking. You all right?
maybe having like a bit of a kind of tangled nest of almost like pickup sticks
So a bit like
underneath.
I
So
think
you've
that
got,
old game, was it Kaplunk or something like that, where the
something
sticks were like that.
So you've got a real jumble underneath,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
will be a real feature piece as well.
Now you're talking. That will be really, really nice.
So, we've got a console table with crafted wooden feature elements. Sounds good, but what about the budget?
Obviously, that's going to come at a price because that's quite a lot of work into this, a lot of detail you're talking about, and craftsmanship. So, how much for that?
500-ish.
It's going to be 500, 450, something like that, isn't it?
I do like the sound of 450. I know you do.
He may have an eye for design, but Jay's also got one eye on the bottom line.
This is going to be special.
Think so?
Think
That'd be
it? No, sir. I know it's going to be special. You guys, so we've got a deal.
Nice one.
Thank you.
Cheers.
See you later.
Speak soon.
Okay.
Jay's excited by this transformation, and so are Josh and Ollie.
Getting a piece like this is always going to be a challenge because we've never done any work with like this material. But then it's exciting because you're working with something new and you're having to overcome different problems and you're actually having to use your head a little bit. So yeah, it's good.
This marble composite material is a new challenge for the boys. The £450 budget is tight, and it will need to cover any missteps they make on the way. Like the sign says, welcome to Wolverhampton. Jay has dropped off the swivel chairs with Anthony and the hearth with Josh and Ollie. And now he's making his way to his workshop so he can get cracking on his own item, the rusty old hooks salvaged from a wardrobe.
Look at that. These were too good to give up. Look at these. These are really, really cute. So, it's about making them useful and desirable for someone's home. And you're going to make them punchy, you're going to make them really, really colourful.
Jay plans to turn the hooks into a wall-mounted coat rack.
Underneath is exposed quite a nice shiny surface, and then the rust is completely different. Even though I like the brass, I think for me, it's got to be something bang up to date.
Jay will paint the hooks bold colours. Before that, he wants to sand back the wardrobe shelf to see if it can be used. That'll be a dusty job. When Jay gets filthy, he likes to be suitably attired.
So now I'm ready to get dirty.
It is important to wear a safety mask when sanding paint, as it may contain chemicals such as acrylic or synthetic resin. Inhaling the paint dust could be harmful.
I'm really happy with that. It's turned out to be a fine bit of pine.
This piece of wood will become the backboard of the coat rack, and Jay will use these stair banister offcuts from another project to add the hooks.
I'm going to drill a hole where they sit in there like that, so they go through this timber. Then this is going to be fixed onto that part. Then this wood will be stuck to the wall.
Jay is preparing the hooks for painting by sanding off the rust. As he's using spray paint to colour the hooks, he won't be able to hold them at the same time. Clever chap that he is, he's come up with an ingenious little contraption.
I've made myself a little spray booth.
Jay is outside, as it's vital to be in a well-ventilated area when using spray paints.
All right, he's not working. And this has never happened to me before. How embarrassing is that?
Here's hoping Jay can fix his faulty nozzle so the upcycling can continue. He is using materials he already had in his workshop, so his total spend, including the paint, is just £10. In Manchester, Anthony has settled on his design for the swivel chairs. He has been inspired by Da Vinci's Renaissance classic Mona Lisa.
It's not your average day at work.
We're witnessing Anthony push the boundaries of furniture design here, folks. He's upholstering a chair with a sheet of cotton, onto which he will create a collage. The sheet will then be removed and scanned. Material will be digitally printed with the design on it, which will be used to upholster the chairs. This is extreme upholstering.
So it won't come as any surprise. I've never done anything like this before. But, you know, first time for everything and all that.
First and last, perhaps. Anthony is using wallpaper paste to apply strips of black and purple crepe paper to the chair to create his background.
So far it looks like I've just covered it in a bin bag.
He's right, you know, it does. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Right, it's time for la grande bellezza herself, the lovely Miss Mona.
What? Right, how am I going to do it?
For centuries, Mona Lisa's beguiling smile has intrigued all that gaze upon it. A scientific analysis of her expression concluded that she is 83% happy, 9% disgusted, 6% fearful, and 2% angry. Think we might have to up that last number when Anthony's finished.
Oh dear, what have I done?
Anthony wants to achieve a distressed, worn with age look, so he's rubbing cracks into his collage to reveal the black and purple background.
I don't know who's currently looking more distressed, me or my mate Mona.
For the next element, Anthony's going to graffiti the chair. If this goes wrong, it's back to the beginning again.
I'm a little bit nervous.
Anthony is using neon pink spray paint to create a punk-inspired Andy Warhol-esque pop art look. He wants the graffiti to convey the idea of tears contrasting with her enigmatic smile. I told you he was pushing the boundaries on this one, folks. Well, that's interesting. Let's ask Anthony what he thinks.
I think I just ruined it.
Yeah, she ain't got much to smile about now. While Anthony contemplates his design dilemma, in West Sussex, Josh and Ollie are faced with their own quandary: how to tackle this composite marble hearth.
I don't really know what we can get away with this stuff. It's like, even just clamping it in the vise, I'm nervous, because I don't know if it's just going to, like, suddenly break on me.
The lads have been tasked by Jay to create a console table from this heavyweight hunk of junk.
Just doing a little sketch, a little plan. Always good to have a plan.
Part one of the plan is to remove the edges of the hearth so they have a slimline surface for the top of their table.
It's going to get real noisy and dusty in a sec.
The boys are kitting up for what will be a very grubby, very loud and potentially disastrous attempt to cut the marble. Get ready to get messy. Oh, I didn't think it would be that messy.
Why?
Ah, Josh, very droll. You are a wag. Josh is using a circular saw to cut the marble, but having no experience of working with this material, he has no way of knowing if it will crumble or crack as he attacks it with his power tool. Ooh, it ain't coming off easy.
Hasn't broken yet, so that's one bonus point.
Ollie has taken delivery of oak batons, which the lads will use to create the table legs, and an eye-catching feature element Josh described as a jumble of sticks like a bird's nest. I'm not sure whose eye they'll be catching with that. While Ollie cuts the table legs to size, Josh has successfully removed the edges of the hearth.
So now that it's flat, we're going to drill holes all the way through this top and bring the legs through, so you see like the top of the leg, a nice little joint. Well, I don't know how it's going to go, because obviously once we've drilled a hole there, you're not going to have much left on the edges, so it could potentially break. So this is the risky bit.
This bit of kit, a hole saw, will hopefully cut 44mm wide holes straight through the marble without, hopefully, cracking it.
Right, well, yeah, a bit of a moment of truth now, I think, so hopefully this goes well.
There's a whole lot of hoping going on here. This drill bit is diamond tipped, one of the hardest materials known to man. The ferocious-looking jagged teeth are made from carbon steel to increase the strength and durability. They can reach speeds of up to 5,000 revolutions per minute, and applying the pressure is Josh, who goes to the gym once or twice a year.
There's no splits or cracks or anything, so that's pretty good. That's what we were hoping for.
He doesn't sound too pleased, but then again, he has got another 3 holes to go. Our artisans are busy, busy, busy. And in Wolverhampton, it's all go with J2. With only one more hook to add, he has almost completed his coat rack.
Now it's time to put on the life of the party. This little baby is the deal clincher. This is what brings the whole design together.
I can't wait to see it. These rusty old hooks from a wardrobe were destined for the dump before Jay took a shine to them. And now they are bright, bold and reborn as a cool coat rack. I love the colours and the simple yet ingenious use of the stair banister offcuts. It seems a shame to cover up this colourful rack with coats. Jay, you've got me hooked, mate.
Delighted the way it's come out. I was able to use the hooks and even the backboard, which means that it's 100% reused. Now all I've got to do is get this online and get it sold.
The rusty old hooks belong to Nick, who had always planned but never quite got round to upcycling them himself.
I'm really pleased that you might do something with it.
Brilliant. Thank
Saves
you.
me a job.
Right.
Jay saved you a job, Nick. And he's made you a few bob too. The coat rack was sold to a vintage and retro store in Shropshire. The shop owner, River, was chuffed to bits.
I think I might be keeping this one for myself.
Now Jay is back in the West Midlands to tell Nick what happened to his hooks and pass on a little profit.
How are we doing, Nick? You all right?
Jay,
Yeah.
is it?
How you doing?
Not so bad, thank you.
Good on you. So, do you remember when we last met, I picked up I think it was a wardrobe, part of a wardrobe that had some hooks onto
That's
it.
right, yes.
Was it
That's
one that
right.
you built? Or?
No, it was an old shelf that was in the wardrobe.
Okay.
And that was an old shelf which I'd saved for a long time, thinking I might do something with it, but never got round to doing it.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah.
Well, I did something with it, and what I did was turned it into something quite nice, I think.
Very colourful.
Yeah,
And you,
very-
you painted them up as well, nice and bright.
Yeah, I do like it
Yeah.
bright. Because I love a splash of colour.
Yes,
tell you the truth.
yeah.
And it caught the eye of someone else who wanted to have that.
Yes.
So we've sold it, and I've got a bit of cash for you, actually.
Oh.
I've got £35 profit,
Wow,
and that's yours.
really?
Yeah, that's yours. So any ideas of what you might spend it on?
Not really. I'm just a bit gobsmacked about it, really. I was just throwing that away and,
Yeah.
and you come along and made something out of it. I'm renovating a van at the moment to make it into a caravanette because my wife goes to dog shows and stays there overnight on some of them. and it'll go well for the materials on what I'm using on that.
So I'm going to wish you all the best with your endeavours. So good luck.
Thank you very much.
And
thank you very much.
you take care.
Okay, thank you.
Jay spent £10 creating the coat rack. He sold it for £45, giving Nick £35 to spend on his wife's caravanette. I'm sure it'll be the best in show. Back in Manchester, Jay is on his way to Anthony's, who, when we last saw him, was worried that his ambitious design for the swivel chairs might prove to be his undoing.
So, these chairs, well, where should I start? There were 6. There are still 6, but we got a little bit creative. Rather than using something that was kind of like just really simple, which I now wish I had, it was tough going.
Anthony is plagued by doubts that his Mona Lisa-inspired design could be a failure. But then again, it may prove to be his masterpiece. Well, I am flabbergasted. I think that's the appropriate word. The chairs have an edgy, punky attitude that clashes with the classical beauty of the Mona Lisa to create a pop art feel. The revered smile and beguiling eyes that have fascinated generations are treated with an impudent irreverence with the addition of bows and bananas. Jay was smitten with the sleek and smooth curves of the swivel chairs and wanted a design to complement their retro style. I'm impressed by Anthony's punk makeover, but I don't know what Jay will make of it.
If Jay doesn't like them, or I don't get a reaction out of him, I'm just gonna have to stamp on his foot or something.
Uh-oh.
Andy.
Hello, mate. How's it going?
God blimey.
God blimey.
Wow. Wow, you've gone to town, haven't you? Hold on. I'm going to come with something in a minute. This is,
There's a lot to take in, admittedly.
Prepare yourself here, people. This could get unpleasant.
I love it. You've done well, sir.
Really?
No, you've done well. I'm happy. No, let's, I'm lost for words, man. This is really good. I weren't expecting this. I was not expecting this at all. And you've taken things to a different level.
You dropped off 6 chairs.
Yeah.
I'm returning you 6 chairs.
Well, you're returning me 6 statement pieces. Each one individually is a statement. I don't know which one to look at first. They do take your breath away, but they are amazing. Is this the fabric then? Is that?
Yes.
Oh man.
So we've had them gone through a little process here. I'm not going to lie.
Wow.
We got some posters, and we basically, it was a bit like fuzzy felts for adults, just printing bits out, stuck bits on.
Anthony scrapped his original process of collaging directly onto the chairs and came up with a simpler method of creating the collages on board, which was then scanned.
And the back, what's the back look like? Don't tell me you've done the same on the back.
So we have them all the way around.
Oh. Yeah, that's mustard. That definitely. So when the chair is pushed in and you can't see it,
Yeah, because the
you can
important
see that.
thing is, we're like dining chairs, when they're pushed under tables,
Yeah.
you know, you don't really see the insides of it.
No,
You're
you
always
don't.
facing the outside.
This has been a labour of love for Anthony. He has not only pushed the boundaries of contemporary furniture design, he's elbowed them over and trod all over them. He agreed a budget of £1,320 and he's sticking to it.
I'm over the moon that you've come in on budget, and I've definitely never seen anything like this before in my entire life. I don't think I'll ever see anything like it again.
Yeah, you've smashed it. You've smashed it on this one. So I'm off. I've got to get selling these ones.
Wow. Now that is what I call a transformation. Anthony has gone above and beyond what I would have done. Wherever those chairs end up, they're definitely going to be a talking point.
Jazz was about to sling his set of 6 dining chairs in the skip, but he was happy to let Jay scoop them up. He even had an idea or two about what he could do to them.
I think I'd probably reupholster them maybe, give them a good clean down, shine up the legs and stuff, and I think, you know, this should be good.
He's right, that would have been good. But Anthony went in another direction. The chairs were sold to an online vintage and retro furniture shop, Smithers of Stamford, and owner Nick is well impressed with them.
Anthony certainly pulled it out of the bag this time. I think these chairs are going to go down very well.
Jay is in Walsall to see Jazz and to hand over some cold, hard cash.
How you doing, Jazz?
Hi,
All right?
Fine, thanks.
So you remember those 6 swivel chairs that you brought down to the recycling centre?
Yes.
Okay. And they belong to your auntie, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
All right. Well, I took them to a guy called Anthony in Manchester, and we was able to transform them into something completely... Let's get this up the right way.
That's a Mona Lisa?
That's right.
Wow.
And we've got 6 Mona Lisas.
That is amazing.
Every single one is completely different.
I can't believe that. From what they were to
Yeah.
what they are now, that's impressive.
So I'm pleased to tell you that we was able to sell them.
Yeah. Okay.
And I've got £120 profit for you.
That is impressive
Right.
from those chairs.
What are you likely to spend the money on then?
But you know what, Jay, I'm going to give it to my auntie, whose chairs they were in the first place. She knows nothing about this.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be an amazing surprise for her.
Oh,
I think.
man. So she didn't know that they were getting thrown away or anything?
No, she doesn't know anything about this, so I'm just literally going to give her and then tell her what's happened with them.
Oh, come on.
And she'll be chuffed.
That's brilliant. I do like that. And hopefully I'll get the pictures to you.
Great.
So then you can show
Yeah,
what they've been
show her.
turned into.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, brilliant, sir.
Thank you very much.
No,
Thank you.
You too. You take care.
Jay spent £1,320 on Anthony's redesign of the chairs. Jay sold them for £1,440, turning a profit of £120, which will make a lovely little surprise for Jazz's auntie. The coat rack and the swivel chairs have both been given a new lease of life, and now Jay's in West Sussex to see if Josh and Ollie can make it a hat-trick of fantastic transformations with their console table. It's been a testing time for them.
It has been challenging.
A fiddly one.
Actually. Yeah, just fiddly, because we were never quite sure whether it was going to break or not. And then putting in all of the little bird's nest bit, that just seemed to go on forever, and it was really fiddly. Trying to get all the right angles and drilling through in the right places. Yeah, so it has been a real fiddly one.
This slab of stone was a heavyweight hunk of junk. Jay hoped Josh and Ollie's craftsmanship could elevate it. And that is exactly what they've done. The marble slab is now slimline and sophisticated. It rests on top of elegant oak legs that, just like Jay asked for, travel through the marble to be admired on the surface. The slender oak dowels of the bird's nest, as Josh calls it, add a controlled chaos, while also increasing the table's strength. I think it's safe to say Jay's gonna love this.
How we doing, guys?
All right. How's it going?
Very good. Very good. I'm even better now. Wow. It's nice, isn't it?
Good, I'm glad you're saying that.
No, do you like it? I like it, man.
We're chuffed with it.
You've given me the dark wood. You've given me. I think. What's that in there? What's the inlay?
A little brass.
You've given me a bit of quality. You've given me.
Got your bling in there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. I wanted some of that.
We sanded down the top as well because it was that horrible, like glossy beigey colour. So it's a lot nicer when it's just cut back and
How was
it's
that?
a bit more matte.
How was that to cut through? Because the holes You might have had a bit of a problem with it cracking and stuff. Was it
I
okay?
managed to get some nice kind of diamond drill bits.
Okay.
Which did the job, yeah. Yeah, it was a bit sketchy, but no, it did the job.
The dark colour of the wood was achieved by steaming the oak with ammonia, a technique popularised in the late 1800s. This process creates a dark, rich colour that descends below the surface deep into the oak.
So, how do we do? I can't get over how good it looks, sorry. But how did we do with the budget? Did we stick to our 450?
I think we can stick to the 450, yeah.
Thank you.
It was a real fiddly job.
Right.
But yeah, for you, Jay, I think we'll manage with that.
It just looks amazing. For 450, you've done me a brilliant deal. All I'm going to say is thank you for doing this.
No worries,
She
man.
looks a treat.
Good.
Thank you. All right?
Cheers,
you guys
man.
take care now.
See you later.
Josh and Ollie, they've done it again. They've taken something ordinary and elevated it to extraordinary. The transformation is just amazing. Now all I've got to do is sell it.
Brenda was a little taken aback by Jay's interest in her old half.
I've no idea what Jay could do with it. I mean, I just thought it'll just get smashed up in the tip and that'll be the end of it.
The end of it, Brenda. Its journey was just beginning. Jay wasted no time in getting the table out there on the market. He posted pictures on social media hoping to bag a buyer. But was he successful? Jay's travelled to Aldrich in Walsall to meet up with Brenda and let her know how he got on.
Hello, Brenda.
Hello.
How you
Hello,
doing?
Jay. How are you?
I'm
nice
very
to
good.
see you again.
Likewise.
Yeah, good.
So, do you remember the old fire half, was it?
That's right. It was the base of a fireplace. That's right.
So was it from this house as well?
was.
Well, I was able to take it to a couple of guys and I was able to transform it.
Yes.
It's not a fire half
I'm
anymore.
intrigued. Oh,
You like it, yeah?
I do. I was totally intrigued at what you might do with it, and I couldn't think of anything.
Well, we've elevated it
That
and
is lovely.
taken it off the floor and made it into a table.
Yeah, that is lovely.
It just looks amazing.
It is amazing. It looks
It's
amazing.
lovely.
Golly, you must be really pleased with that.
I'm over the moon, to tell you the honest truth. I haven't been able to sell it, but I believe I'm going to.
Yes.
If you give me a bit of time,
Okay.
I will be able to sell it, and I
Yeah.
know I'm going to be coming back to you with a
Will you?
profit. I will
Okay.
definitely.
All right, that's
But until
lovely.
then, I might see you at the recycling centre again.
You probably will.
But
Oh,
have a good one.
thank you very much indeed.
No, thank
nice
you.
to see you.
Likewise. You
Okay,
take care
bye-bye
now.
now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Josh and Ollie came in on budget at £450. But with the new table yet to find a new home, Jay could be looking at a potential loss. However, I'm sure he'll try his best to get it sold and be back in touch with Brenda with the profit. With more than a little help from his friends, Jay has managed to transform these dumped diamonds into beautiful, bespoke items.
It's just amazing to see items that were about to be tipped given a new lease of life. And then showing the owners the transformation. And that's just priceless.